Hi guys, this is my beam bot that I made quite a long time ago. I bring it out every so often and give it a run in the sun. What it does, it's got a solar panel on top. It builds up charge in that capacitor, and when we've got a flashing LED just there. You use the flashing LED because that triggers to flash at a certain voltage. So when there's enough charge in the capacitor, the LED flashes, and that triggers the transistors to discharge the rest of the power from the capacitor into that electric motor, which has got a bit of rubber on the end of it. So what it does is it just sort of jerks around a little bit at random times. And I put it out this afternoon because we had a beautiful sunny day. There's still some sun out there, but it's a bit too late now. And it wasn't working. If I held it up in the sun, can we get some sun out? Right, if I held it up in the sun and moved the motor's armature by hand or by finger, I can feel it. So I think what's happened there is the brushes have died, and you have to sort of maneuver it around a little bit for the brushes to actually make contact and make it move. So I think the easiest thing I can do is change that motor. That's the motor out of one of those vibrating toothbrushes. I have lots of them. I used to use the little vibrating toothbrushes. I've stopped using them now, but I used to use them. I used to save them when I'd finished them so I could pinch the motors out of them. If you just want the motor, it is cheaper to buy them on eBay or somewhere like that, because the toothbrushes are about well, they're probably £3 or £4 now. They used to be a little bit cheaper, maybe even more. And if all you want is the motor out of it, that's a very expensive way to buy them. I looked at it the other way round. I was using the toothbrushes, and it was a shame to throw away a good motor. Anyway, I will go and look, see if I've got one, and then we'll see if we can replace it. This is one of those vibrating toothbrushes, Oral-B Pulsar. And if you get hold of that and give it a good pull, there's the motor. Don't just pull it out though, because it's soldered onto these metal tags. And if you just pull it, rather than come off the tags, it comes out with the motor, and you'll never get the wires back into that motor. So you're better off either cutting them or desoldering them. The problem is getting that weight off the shaft. Now, I used to have a little block of wood and the blade out of a Stanley knife, which has a handy U shape on it, put across there, so the motor goes into a hole in the block of wood, supported by the metal knife blade, which goes either side of it. And then you tap a very fine nail or a pin down into there to push the motor, well, the shaft down and the motor down, and the weight stays on top of the piece of wood. I'll put a link in the video description to that. What I'll try and do this time is I'll just see if I can actually get that off any other way. I could possibly just grind that off. What it is, that you might be able to see there's a little indentation there where that's been pinned or pushed onto the shaft, so it grips the shaft where it's been squeezed. And if you just try pulling that, you'll pull the shaft out of the motor and destroy the motor. So don't just pull it. I'll see what I can do. Right, I didn't have enough hands to show you what I was doing, but it's come out. What I did was I ground down where the indentation was using my Dremel equivalent. It's not actually a Dremel, but it's a Dremel equivalent. So having ground that right the way down, I was then able to put that little pin held in place with that bit of blue tack, again because I didn't have enough hands. So that's held in place in the top of the hole. Can you see that? And then I tapped it with a hammer and it came out nicely. Looks like I actually dremeled in a bit further than I needed to, but that'll be all right for what we're going to use it for. We need to put a bit of rubber on there, well, a few bits of heat shrink. If you put a bit of heat shrink over it, shrink it down, then another bit of heat shrink over the top and build it up gently. Or you could just use a little blob of hot glue. You just need some sort of head on it to grip the ground, because that's what's going to actually drive the beam bot around. Right, I'll desolder them so we've got as long a piece of wire as we can. Come on. Again, need extra fingers to do that. Whatever you do, don't just pull it, because it will come out of the motor, not off of there. It's still attached. Oh, there we go. Right, that should pop out now. Put a soldering iron down so I don't burn myself. So there we are. There's our motor. So we'll replace like for like, and hopefully it'll run, if that's all that's wrong with it. Well, unfortunately, this is going to take longer than I'd hoped. I've replaced the motor, but I couldn't get it to run consistently. Get one little burst and that was it. I tried a different solar panel, a smaller one, didn't work at all. Tried that bigger one and it didn't work at all. If I just bypass the solar panel with a little button cell, get it the right way round. That's more or less what it should be doing. Charging the capacitor up and then discharging. Only we're overpowering it now. So I'm not quite sure what the problem is. I'll have a look, see if I've got some other solar panels. That's one out of a garden flower, garden light. Very ancient one, that. That one's off a solar rocker. Not sure what that one's off, but it's only got 2 bars on it. And that one didn't seem to work. Although I'm trying it on a halogen light now instead of sunlight. I might put that one back on again and just try it tomorrow in the sunlight. Don't know. But yeah, we'll call this a fail at the moment. Changing the motor was a success, but it's not working. Well, out of the 3 little solar panels I was trying, that one gives the best voltage. That's about 2.2 volts that one gives. Unless I've got another Duff motor. And that one certainly spins when I put power on it, but maybe... Oh, that's strange. It was actually pulsing just now. Better check the other solder joints, hadn't I? Just for reference, that little circuit there is exactly the same circuit. So if I shine a bit of light on that solar panel, light going on, that's what should be happening with the BeamBot. But for some reason, it's not working. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.